basically a bunch of people on this server know who I am, know I'm shot calling for my guild. So they have a feud with me, which I don't have any choice in. They just type feud Jonah Vale. Okay, here, I can show you how stupid this is. So you go, where is it? Relationships. Let's make a video out of this, actually. Good idea. Good idea. Thank you. You're welcome, self. So basically there's a really dumb mechanic in this game where people can just harass other people on the server for what reason, I have no idea. But basically you can go down to feuds and you can start a feud with anyone as long as you know their name, okay? So the guys that have been following me, right? I think this is one of them. Okay. Yeah, that's one of them. Okay. So I've started a feud with him, right? So you can see when they last logged in, okay? And that's not that big of a deal. They can just track when you log in, whatever, great. But what happens is on the battlefield, they can actually set feud targets to look completely different from other nameplates, okay? So what happens is all the shot callers on the server are feud targeted by everyone, okay? Here, I'll do it with this person right here, actually. Good idea. Sag, I can't, that's it. Give me a Mamba, great. Okay, so we'll go here. We'll go to relationships. I'm gonna start another feud. Mamba. Okay, great. Online. Okay, so they have a special symbol next to their name. And I think if you use the Astral Vision system, which is perfect. So what we can do is I could set only feud targets to high priority, okay? And then anytime I hit R, what it's going to do when I'm in a fight is put the feud targets I have at the top of a box here, and then they can just select all the shot callers from a list on the left, and look at this, they're tracked on the fucking mini map by a giant red bell. They're literally tracked by a giant red bell. So all that has to happen is everyone knows who everyone's shot callers is, and they just mark them with these dumbass mechanics, and then we're not even targeting people in fights anymore. We're just hitting red symbols on our map. So I can't do a flank with my group. Anyone who's feud targeted just gets selected and pulled and chain CC'd. It's ridiculous, bro. It makes no sense. I see no justification for keeping this other than people want to play without using their hands, right? It just degrades the game completely. And you can even set like auto targets on this. I think there's in the settings, there's a way to do that where you can like auto target feud targets, and you don't even have to like, it's crazy. Also, this can be used for harassment, right? Like Shroud is playing the game. Shroud's playing the game, so he just permanently feud targeted by everyone on the server. Like, why do we have that? I'm trying to think of arguments to keep this system, and I'm pretty sure there's no good ones. So remove everything in Astral Vision, right? If it's just being used to make the combat more, easy in just one buttons, just remove it. Just remove it, take it out, get rid of the feud targets. I don't see any reason. If you want to keep feuds, that's fine. Okay. If you want to keep feuds, that's fine. I don't have an issue with that, but it shouldn't be a benefit to just feud someone and then change how you target them in the game. It shouldn't have like gameplay ramifications. It should more be like, oh, my feud's online, I'm going to go look for him, And these dudes are also watching my stream, right? So they just use this feud thing as a fucking excuse to stream snipe, right? And they'd be like, it's a feud. And meanwhile, they're clipping, you know what I mean? They're clipping my channel while they snipe me, right? It's crazy. So regardless of my personal bias towards this system and how stupid it is, I just don't like it from a competitive gameplay standpoint, right? I think you should have to I think a shot caller should call targets, and I think people should have to click those targets. And I think people clicking targets incorrectly is part of the skill that is tied to PvP. Now, we can have an argument about that all we want, right? But I just feel like having to properly select targets and aim your abilities and follow your leader's calls and all that stuff is what makes this game's PvP fun. So anything that takes away from that, I just think it kind of dilutes the spirit of the game and the PvP, and I think it should be removed. I would love to hear counterpoints to keeping this garbage in the game by all means. But yeah, let's